Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nada, and today I will be covering Caleb's card from the Witnessed by Deepspace event. I was supposed to be doing this in the main video when I did my polls and Silas's card as well, but unfortunately my internet just went down suddenly. So right now we're gonna react to Wayward Wonderland, Caleb's card. Yeah, okay. Of course, I keep saying this over and over again, but Caleb is also one of my mains. He's really close to my heart because I technically started playing during his debut, so I've been through his whole journey. I have all his cards, and I love this man. I love this man. Let's go ahead. Okay. So we are here. Finally, I'm free from my overtime shift. Light pierces the gray sky that the spatial anomaly had enshrouded. Standing under the trees, I watch as a distorted space before me disappears. For unstable, strange anomalies, hunters must promptly investigate and eliminate their energy sources. That's why my workload has increased recently. Are you free to stop by the old house? Why are you there? And when did you return to Lincoln? Why didn't you tell me? Let's meet up. I also need your help with something. Okay. The ruins of our old house were cleared away a while back. Why is Caleb there? I slow down as I approach the familiar street on my motorcycle. As I turn the final corner, a rooftop, familiar yet strange, catches my attention. Isn't that where our old house used to be? I park my motorcycle and hurry over. Shocked, I see the home from my memories is standing before me. Oh, he's rebuilding our old house. The scent of dry wood hangs in the air as I push open the gate to the front yard. I make my way inside and step over the stacks of wooden planks scattered across the ground. A tall figure is on a ladder by the window. Caleb is wearing white gloves and hammering a nail into the window frame.
You're here. The news said the Hunters Association is busy dealing with all those anomalies lately. I was worried you might be swamped with work.
He looks really good. He tilts his head and raises his chin in my direction. Did he like get bigger somehow? Anyways,
Screw.
I bend down to take a screw from the bag on the ground. I hand it to him, and the electric screwdriver whirs for a moment. Should we really be talking about that?
What do you want to talk about then? Did you eat? What did you have? Was it good?
I raise my hand to smack him, but then I remember he's still on the ladder, so I hold it steady instead. Did you hire someone to rebuild this place? I look around. The basic structure of the old house has been completely rebuilt. Only some of the interior is still unfinished.
I hired a professional team. They rebuilt it to the point where it's almost an exact copy.
And you're only telling me this now?
Would you join them if I told you earlier? I might as well wait until the house had taken shape.
So, I'm here to be your cheerleader? I deliberately raise my arms to do an exaggerated cheerleading pose. You're so cool. You're so smart. Go, Caleb. Go, Caleb. Caleb takes off his gloves and taps my forehead.
I can hire professionals to rebuild the house, but the interior has to be done by me.
With sweat dripping from his face, he climbs down the ladder. I pick up a bottle of water from the ground, open it, and give it to him. I watch as he tilts his head back for a few sips. So Caleb, the master builder, finally realized he needed an assistant for the renovations.
I didn't want to bother a busy hunter like yourself with something simple. You might not find it worth your time.
He reaches past me to pick up a paper hat from the windowsill. I feel a slight weight on top of my head. Looking up, I can only see the brim of the hat.
That's why I decided to let you paint the walls.
He moves behind me and ties an apron around my waist.
Besides, it's a task that should be done by two people.
My heart skips a beat. As he leans down, we make eye contact as he glances up. I lower my gaze and mutter under my breath. I think you got too used to bossing me around when we were kids, so now you want to relive the good old days.
Do you need a reenactment to remember who was actually bossing people around?
It's always us. It's always MC who's bossing the guys around. He gives me a knowing look, and memories flash through my mind. I feel a twinge of guilt. I used to constantly pester him into helping me with all sorts of things. We have a lot of walls to paint. If we don't start soon, we'll run out of time.
And since we're on the topic of reminiscence, I actually invited you here to help me remember how this place used to be furnished.
I pick up the paint roller, coat it with latex paint, and start applying it evenly to the wall. How are you gonna get the old furniture back? This color is similar to the original one.
It's not really popular anymore. I had to visit several stores before I found it.
A question surfaces in my mind. After pondering for a bit, I glance at him. I purposefully act nonchalant. What about the furniture? You can't possibly find stuff that's exactly like the original. My thoughts exactly.
I found some old photos that were taken inside the house. I already brought them to a furniture store to have custom pieces made.
I've really thought this through. Oh my god. I didn't expect you to be so dedicated yet. Yes. Caleb slightly turns his head. His gaze softens as it sweeps across my face.
You don't want me to do this?
I didn't say that. I turn away and watch the roller change the wall's color. Unlike layers of paint, the questions in my mind are impossible to smooth out. Is he doing this just because he misses the past? He's doing this for us, right? The sunset's final rays fall on the floor by the window. They illuminate the tiny dust particles floating in the air. Caleb and I sit side by side against the wall. While the room is still empty, scenes from our life here seem to materialize. If Grandma could see this, she'd be happy, right? Caleb wraps his arm around my shoulders.
Yeah, she would.
Aside from the tenderness in his eyes, a trace of melancholy briefly appears. Not wanting things to get too somber, I fidget with the paper hat in my hand. I fold its pointed tip inward. Your paper hat is a little boat now.
You're still not tired of this game, huh?
Caleb takes the little boat he skillfully unfolds and refolds it. The paper in Caleb's hand quickly transforms into a new object.
Give me your hand.
A paper crane lands on my palm. I gently touch its wing with my finger. When I was little, I think I used to pester you about folding 1,000 paper cranes for me. Realizing I have unintentionally brought up the past, I quickly shift to a more light-hearted tone. The ones from before don't count. I'll keep this one safe, but you still owe me 999 paper cranes.
There's no such thing as a free meal.
Who said anything about that? Don't you think your accommodation tonight should come with a fee? 999 paper cranes in exchange for a soft, comfortable sofa is the deal of a lifetime. Yeah, but why is he sleeping on the sofa? I mean, I don't think they're in that place yet with the relationship. Like, unlike Zayn and probably unlike Silas at this point, I think they're still not like sleeping together, like on the same bed. I think. Caleb laughs as he tousles my hair.
You're twisting my words in your favor, but deal.
Despite my day being hectic with work, I am unable to sleep in my bed. As I toss and turn, that question keeps swirling in my mind. Even if I asked him, he probably wouldn't tell me the truth. Sounds from the living room makes me open my eyes. Caleb, an inexplicable unease washes over me. I sit up in bed before I quietly walk out of the bedroom. Faint moonlight outlines Caleb's sleeping figure. It causes the sounds he's making to be more distinct. Having a nightmare. Caleb's arm is draped across his forehead. The blanket is only up to his chest while sweat glistens on his neck. Having another nightmare again. Is he having a nightmare? Duh. I gently shake Caleb's shoulder. Caleb, wake up. It looks like he heard me. He lowered his arm and furrows his brow. I touch Caleb's forehead. He opens his eyes and his gaze slowly focuses on what's around him. Did you have a bad dream? He averts his gaze. Yet he holds my hand that's resting on his forehead.
It was a confusing dream. I can't remember it well now that I'm awake. Go back to bed.
He releases my hand and pats the back of it twice, as if to reassure me. As expected, he avoids answering my question. I sit down on the carpet beside the sofa.
What's wrong?
I'll stay until you fall asleep. Aw,
Are you treating me like a child?
she's caring for you. It's nice to be a kid every now and then. You'd always sneak me out to go on little adventures after I had nightmares. We'd play in the garden. Caleb looks taken aback for a moment. It's as if he didn't expect me to talk about memories from when we first met.
Why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
Probably because it was the time when I most frequently had nightmares. I rest my head next to his. Under the hazy moonlight, we stare at each other. Do you still remember that place? He turns into his side and uses his arm to cushion his head.
How could I forget? I wanted to escape to that place as much as you did.
That was a small garden behind the shelter. It only had a few playgrounds worn down by the elements. During the Chrono Rift catastrophe, the place became even more derelict, derelict because of rampaging wanderers. But for children, broken slides, seesaws, and swings were more appealing than a shelter filled with crying and fear. And here I thought you were comforting me because of my nightmares. In reality, you were just seeing me as an excuse for your adventures.
Luckily for us, You were a very effective excuse.
He tousles my hair.
I really didn't like staying in the shelter. But sneaking out alone to go on slides and stuff felt too childish.
So you made me the immature one?
My job was to protect your childishness, thanks.
Then will you let me protect you after you have nightmares? Caleb is stunned, but he quickly regained his light-hearted smile.
Are you saying you think I'm childish?
Yep. I poke his face. An actual mature person wouldn't refuse to admit he had nightmares. He lowers his gaze. He's looking at my finger that's touching his skin.
If I admit it, will you take me on an adventure?
Smiling, I grab his hand. I know the perfect place for one. Where? The next day, Caleb and I traveled across most of the city to reach an area that's become unfamiliar to us. The shelter from the Corona Rift catastrophe has long since vanished in the city's reconstruction. The roads, nearly devoid of people, become narrower as we walk. Did it get demolished already? I mutter under my breath. The
It's
garden?
okay if that small garden disappeared, you know. These roads have an adventurous feel to them. And if we run into a wanderer, that'd definitely make me forget my nightmare.
I know he's trying to comfort me with jokes, but I'm hoping that the place with our shared memories still exists. If fighting wanderers works, you're welcome to become a hunter. I can guarantee you'll only have sweet dreams.
Okay, but I feel like I heard that before.
What? Becoming a hunter?
The last part.
Several words suddenly resurface in my mind.
Ah, I think.
I remember now. You were the one who said it. Elena, I promise to take you to a real paradise someday. It will be a place with only sweet dreams. I move my head dramatically while mimicking teenage Caleb's voice. A hint of embarrassment gradually appears on his face.
Even though years have passed, you still remember that? Did you have a hidden recorder on you back then?
It was our first promise. Of course I would remember. Caleb pauses. Joy briefly shines in his eyes.
The first one.
What? His warm hand grabs mine as he leads me forward.
Come on. Maybe that place is still there.
Resolved, we walk faster toward the end of the alley. The alley emits a faint pinkish purple glow. As I step into the light, the ground beneath my feet suddenly vanishes. Oh, isn't that the scene from Caleb's standard myth? I think all the cards have clear, like, clear pictures and memories and hints from the standard myths for the guys, right? Because it was the same for Zane as well, and for Silas, of course. What awaited me wasn't the fall I had expected. I'm greeted by a weightless sensation. Throughout this dreamlike floating amusement park, colorful rides interweave with wispy clouds. Enormous planets hang in pinkish purple sky. You're seemingly within reach. This looks really cute and magical. I float within Caleb's line of sight. The light and I are embraced by his gaze. When did this place become a spatial anomaly?
At least it's still a playground. It even looks like what we imagined as kids.
In this weightless space, Caleb floats toward me with effortless grace. It's unlike my unsteady wobbling.
Warning. Unstable fluctuations detected. Please locate the energy source and eliminate it.
This place is huge, and we're just floating around. Who knows how long it will take for us to find it?
Perfect. Now we have enough time for an adventure. If you don't want to float away, don't let go of me.
He takes my hand, and I instantly feel that familiar gravity. I think I can walk on thin air. Holding Caleb's hand, I take a few steps, and then I find myself jumping for joy. Caleb, I feel like this place was made for your evil.
I'd rather believe this place exists because of our promise.
Aww. He leads me through the air as brilliant, colorful amusement park rides float around us. Each one seems to be capable of bringing endless delight.
This does
Aww.
feel like a place where only sweet dreams could exist.
Yes, it sounds really cool to be honest.
Is there anything you'd like to try?
I look around, but my mind inappropriately leaps to the amusement park in Skyhaven. My heart aches with an inexplicable pain. The memory suddenly rewinds to the moment when his lips brushed against my ear. That burning sensation returns. I think this is a callback to, again, his standard myth, right? It's that moment when they were both pretending. He was pretending he didn't remember anything, and she was pretending that. Yeah. I lower my gaze and point to the least conspicuous attraction among all the rides, the merry-go-round. I want to ride that one.
You're not interested in the thrilling rides? You dragged me to each and every one of them last time.
That's why I want to go on the ride we didn't get to. Caleb is stunned for a moment. A thin veil of darkness appears in his eyes.
So you won't be reminded of that Skyhaven amusement park. Alright.
Oh. Caleb carefully tightens his grip on my hand and walks toward the merry-go-round. A gentle ethereal melody drifts through the air as the lights on the merry-go-round turn on one by one. I sit on a white carousel horse while Caleb takes the black one next to me. Do you remember the first time we went to that little garden? There was only a broken toy horse lying on the ground.
You looked very disappointed and asked why it couldn't be a merry-go-round.
Then you used your evil to make the toy horse float. You let me sit on it before you spun it around. Oh my god. Caleb's just like, he's always been perfect. He's always been looking after us.
Unfortunately, I wasn't good at using my evil back then. The horse did one spin before collapsing. You fell.
The horses rise and fall in steady rhythm, and our gazes meet at shifting heights. As my white horse slowly rises, I look at him. Caleb, I want to ride this because when I think back to those days, everything seemed more pure.
What do you mean by pure, exactly? If I could, I'd go back to those days. Two people who met in a shelter. They were growing up together, without being so close to each other.
His black horse rises as our positions are reversed. As he looks at me, a somber fire burns in his gaze.
That's my idea of purity.
As the carousel spins, the colorful horses blur into swirling, indistinct shapes. In the center of my gaze, only his face remains in focus. But you also missed those days when we were with Grandma, didn't you? Why else would you rebuild our old home and try to make everything look the same as it did back then? The music ends and the merry-go-round stops spinning. The black and white the black and white horses return to their original positions. We make eye contact.
Because I keep having nightmares about it being blown up.
Always a callback to that moment. The calmer his voice is, the clearer the unconscious sounds he made during his nightmare are in my mind. I think Caleb has a lot of traumas, to be honest. Not just the explosion, but all of these experiences that he had, you know, in the fleet. They were experimenting on him, this chip in his brain. He has a lot of traumas. So it's cool that he's trying to at least fix one of the traumas so he can stop having nightmares about it. But I get it, you know?
I thought the nightmares would stop if I rebuilt our old home.
My heart cries out in pain as if an invisible hand is squeezing it. I jump down from the horse and step forward to embrace Caleb. You could have told me sooner. Caleb freezes, then he slowly wraps his arms around my back, and they tighten around me.
I miss the past. I really do. But I want more than that.
I think we've established that much in your birthday. In his embrace, I look at him. It won't be just the past. Didn't we go on an adventure?
Yeah. Any adventure we have here will turn into sweet dreams at night. Right?
My hunter's watch suddenly sounds an alarm. The energy source has appeared. Caleb points at something nearby.
Is that it?
I look in the direction he's pointing in and see a tiny paper crane. Its colors are illuminated by light as it glides diagonally above the clouds. Aww, it sounds really sweet. In this weightless space, it seems carefree as it flies freely. I'm surprised the paper crane is the energy source for a massive place.
Maybe it contains all the wishes and energy of the person who folded it.
Caleb says this somewhat thoughtfully. Then he immediately lowers his head and talks with his usual tone.
Didn't I also use a paper crane to get myself one night at your place?
You promised me 1,000 cranes. Don't try to get yourself out of that. He laughs, grabs my hand, and pulls me toward the clouds.
Let's deal with your mission first. Then we'll go home so I can continue making them.
If a wonderland where sweet dreams becomes a reality really exists, then our tightly clasped hands as we run, and the smile on Caleb's face will appear in my dreams time and time again. At the cloudy edge of the amusement park, we catch up to the paper crane. I reach up, and it lands in my palm. Once I remove its energy, this space will disappear.
You're having second thoughts?
Yeah, let's get the kindled moment first. Does anyone want a wonderland to exist for a short period of time? Especially one that only offers sweet dreams?
The old garden from our childhood never gave us any nightmares, right?
I pause and turn to look at him. His gaze is bathed in a soft light.
Whether a dream is good or bad depends on the people who appear in them. If you're in every dream I have from now on, it's okay if this place disappears.
Aww. It feels like soft, fluffy clouds have wrapped themselves around my heart, and an expanse of tenderness protects it as it traces with joy. Because of our resonance, the energy within the paper crane transforms into countless shimmering particles that slowly flow through our bodies. As they disperse, the clothes that Caleb and I are wearing unexpectedly transform into elegant formal wear. Is this what it feels like to be in a fairy tale? So cute, so sweet. Caleb smiles and pulls me down to lie beside him. The clouds part as our bodies sink, and then quickly and they quickly envelop us again.
Then, let's stay in this fairy tale for a while longer.
I raise my hand, my fingertips touching the soft, wispy clouds. The delicate strands dissolve into nothingness. This magical place is slowly fading away. I decided to say the words that have been swirling in my heart for so long. Caleb, an old little garden can transform into a breathtaking wonderland one day. And even when you rebuild an old house and make it look exactly like it did back then, you'll realize everything inside is new. He raises his hand and slowly intertwines his fingers with mine.
Relationships between people can become something new as well, right?
I know what you're getting at. Yes, right. Only if that's what you want.
I want it.
The fading clouds pass through our joined hands as midsummer's radiant glow sets the sky aflame. And the person beside me shines as bright as summer's morning sun. Everything we've experienced.
Let's make this dream even more unforgettable.
Let's release the paper crane something.
That paper crane will be lonely if we leave it as is, though. You wanted me to fold you 1,000 paper cranes when we were kids. What about now?
Oh my god, this is so sweet. So sweet.
They won't just be in deep space. They'll live on in my dreams.
Oh my god, they look amazing.
With you.
Aside from, they need to fix that.
Of course. I want to have a place in your heart that's different from before. I want to share every adventure with you in the future, with this new role. Is that okay?
Yes, 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 yes. That's the future I... Oh my god, it's so lovely. It's beautiful.
Want to do something more adventurous?
Guys, that's really magical. Eyes.
Adventures that only existed in dreams have become today's reality.
Oh, the spin.
Hold on tight. The train is about to leave.
Once we leave this place, we'll fulfill our...
Aren't we already doing that? The future is right now.
Aww. After the dreamlike amusement park disappears, the true appearance of the area is revealed. Coincidentally, the small garden had been used to build early children's playground. On this afternoon with clear skies, sunlight bathes the small yard. Wearing a wide brim straw hat, I crouch down while holding a young seedling. Caleb's shadow falls over me as he holds a shovel. He puts soil into the small hole he dug for the seedling.
That's good. Let it go, and we'll see if it stands.
I slowly realize the sapling. I slowly release the sapling and it doesn't fall. Under the sunlight, its tender green leaves seem to glow. I heard saplings grow incredibly fast. It might be taller when you visit again. Caleb hands me a watering can before picking one up himself. He crouches down beside me to water the little sapling. It's a shame the tall but the tall pagoda tree is gone. We used to measure our heights against it.
When you were worried about not growing tall enough, you'd stand under that tree every week. I had to carve a mark for you with my pocket knife.
Caleb sets down the watering can and presses his fist against his lips.
Let me tell you a secret. I was just messing with you when you thought you were growing taller.
Typical Caleb.
You couldn't see what I was doing, so I just carved the mark a little higher. You never noticed.
Really, Caleb? At this point, you've been messing with me my whole life.
But you grew taller in the end, right? So it doesn't count.
I toss aside the empty watering can and try to tickle Caleb, but he quickly catches my arm. Caleb sits on the ground in the small garden. One hand is propped against the earth while his other arm is wrapped loosely around me. He tilts his head back to gaze at the sky.
You're right. Too bad the pagoda tree is gone. It could have backed up my story.
My hand pauses before resting on Caleb's shoulder. Don't be sad just yet. This little sapling will grow too. It will witness many things.
Good.
Caleb raises his hand and plays with the necklace I gave him.
We'll wait for it to grow up together.
Okay, so guys, I will say the same thing that I have been saying. Um, for all the cards in this event, or at least the cards that I have, Silas, Zane, and Caleb's, because these are the ones that I already got, and now Caleb is my third card that I play through. Honestly, these cards are extremely sweet, extremely. It's actually a huge milestone in our relationship with each one of the love interests, and Caleb's it's no different than the others. It's extremely sweet. I love the idea that he's rebuilding their old house. I love the whole thing. I love the setting. I love that part when they were walking on the clouds, just like, you know, Howl's Moving Castle, which happens to be one of my absolute favorite animated movies of all time. I probably watched it like, I don't know, 10,000 times. So the whole setting, the colors, you know, the pink colors, the whole thing, it's extremely pretty. The whole thing was just really dreamy and lovely. I love, love, love that we have. This is the second card that we have for Caleb that's just pure sweetness. Aside from his birthday card, I did not play his spring card yet. I do have it. I am planning to do this as soon as possible, probably like in the next 2 days or something. I love this card as always, as I loved all the cards in this event. Uh, anyways, so guys, this was my reaction to Caleb's card from Witnessed by Deepspace. If you guys have watched this far, thank you so much for watching. My name is Neda and I cover love and deep space. If you love my content, kindly leave a like and consider subscribing, please. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!